Soccer, it's the TNT Gold Cup Final tonight, a repeat of last year's final when Lindsay McKeown's penalty gave Linfield a 1-0 win over Portadown. Tonight's version is at the Oval.
Welcome back then to the Oval in Belfast, where the scene is set for the Gold Cup Final, the second cup final of the season. A look at the Linfield side will show that fullback Alan Dornan and striker Martin McGahey have both recovered from knocks and both play. A few new names in this lineup this season are 20-year-old fullback John Easton and the wingers 20-year-old Philip Mitchell and Noel Bailey, who's just 18. Slightly older than that and with a lot more experience is goalkeeper George Dunlop. He's played over 500 games and this evening it's his 11th Gold Cup final. The Portadown side missing the injured captain, centre-half Brian Strain, and winger Greg Davidson, who's suspended. But there's still plenty of experience here, and obviously much expected of the two frontmen, the Scots Sandy Fraser and Marty McGee. And the referee tonight, Fred McKnight. We're just about ready, and away we go. Linfield in the blue shirts playing from left to right. Portadown, of course, in the familiar red shirts. In what is a pleasant evening here at the Oval. I'm glad to say it's not raining. And as always, Billy Crawford, the groundsman here, has done a superb job on the pitch. The Oval looking in great shape. First touch for Marty McGee. First touch for George Dunlop. Long kick won by Baxter. This Kevin McKeever being pushed in the back by Paul Mooney. Linfield, they've been labelled inconsistent this season, but they've won their last 3 games and are at the top of the Irish League Championship. Against that, Portadown have been very consistent, as we've said, unbeaten in 14 games. In fact, their last defeat was on the 22nd of August. That was in the Ulster Cup, Glentoran beating them 2-1. McCready, the powerhouse in midfield. There's Dornan under pressure. Curlis wins it. On by Mooney. McCready finds McKeever. He's touched let him down. Doherty against Curlis. Curlis pushing. Free kick to Linfield. Ian Curlis, and he'll certainly remember last year's final when they lost 1-0 to Linfield. He was sent off 4 minutes from the end. That's young John Easton down. Made his first team debut this season. Came through the ranks at Windsor Park and having to leave the action briefly. At least he'll hope it's briefly. As always, the Linfield fans here in force. So the Blues for the moment down to 10 men. It's in there. My goodness. Almost an own goal. And almost to Cleary, a dramatic start.
It was indeed, Jackie. Ball knocked into the box and Kevin McKeever with the attempted clearance almost puts it into his own net.
David Jeffrey is up there on the near post. Baxter wins it. Doherty tried the overhead, but just couldn't get any power on it. Hung on. So the bad news is, it seems for Linfield, after just 7 minutes of this final, they've got to make a change. Young John Easton has had to go off, and that is Abdi Denoun, the Algerian, coming on. And that must be a disappointed young man playing in his first final. And he's off. Dunn is on. Neil McCulloch with the kick. Won by McKeever, but putting the Linfield goal under no threat at all. The sides have met once so far this season. That was a 1-1 draw in the opening league game in September at Windsor Park. Paul Mooney got the goal for the Blues. Joey Cunningham got Portadown's goal that day. Davy Mills battling with Dornan. Dornan forced to concede the throw. Another of the great competitors in this game tonight, Alan Dornan. That's on by Mills. McCready. But Mitchell. And McCready wins the throw-in. The long one. McKeever wins it. McGee, and there's Fraser! And what a let-off for Linfield, Jim.
Was indeed, Jackie. Fraser actually probably disappointed that he didn't hit the target. You see as the ball comes in here. Not gone. It gets in around the back of the defence. And probably disappointed, as I say, that he didn't hit the target. Just scrapes off the top of the crossbar.
Neil McCulloch getting under it a bit. Bailey. Plenty of men in the middle. If he can get it across, he can. McKeever quite content to knock it away. Danoon gets a second chance. Lee Doherty is in there, but Keenan at the second attempt gets it.
Danoon knocks a good ball in here, Jackie Lowe. Mickey Keenan gets his hand out first, so it looks as though he has lost it, but recovers just in time.
Chance for Portadown. McGee. Mills tried to chip, but offside is given. I think it was Sandy Fraser, but Mills was going for the target. It was McGee who sparked it all off. There's Mills, but Fraser had wandered offside. Cunningham won that. It's with McKeever. Fraser, nice turn. Was looking for McGee and couldn't find him. Dornan. Chance for the fullback to make ground, and he's doing just that. Still going. Brought down by Alfie Stewart, and I think that might be a yellow card. It was a good run by Dornan. Loves to get forward, the fullback. Has scored 2 goals this season, in fact. And there's Stewart, just leaving his ankle in. Baxter wins it. A bit of a nudge, and the free kick given to Portadown. Free kick given against Dornan. Fraser, the man on the receiving end. And Freddie McKnight has started this game very well, standing for no nonsense at all. So there we are, just over halfway through the first half. It's still 0-0. The free kick. Mills in there. Just having a quiet word with Fraser. They thought his foot was high and a bit late. Once again, the referee right there. Neil McCullough up against it. Good ball from Doherty. Curless. Mooney tries his luck. And that wasn't a bad effort from Paul Mooney. Won by McKeever. And that's a free kick against Alan Dornan. A chance for Portadown to push forward and put some pressure on the Blues. So we've got plenty of red shirts around that ball. The blue wall is ready. The Reds are now joining him. That is Roy McCready. Good effort and good goalkeeping from Dunlop. McCready didn't waste any time at all there. The big midfielder picked his spot, hit it, but good save from Dunlop. Curlis with the throw. Well won by David Jeffrey. McCready. McGaffey wins it. Good ball to Baxter. Waiting for the blue shirts to arrive. Many of them have now. That's Lee Doherty. But Philip Mitchell could have done better.
Baxter does well here. Jackie knocks a great ball. It was a great layoff from Lee Doherty with his chest. Philip Mitchell will be disappointed he didn't hit the target.
I'll say I thought that was a free kick on Fraser there, but Freddie McKnight will have none of it, and he's closer to it than I am. Bailey, a bit fortunate, but he still got it. Good ball. There's Mickey Keenan. Cunningham did well. Plenty of red shirts forward. Still Cunningham. And it wasn't too far away. Dunlop got a touch. And the corner kick goes to Portadown. He can be an exciting player, Cunningham, Jim.
And he did very well winning the ball. You can see the Linfield defenders back off him a little. Gets his shot in. I think it was actually going wide, Jackie.
Scott Sandy Fraser, in his first season at Shamrock Park, he settled into the side very well indeed. The low kick, Stewart, but straight at Dunlop. Good effort from Stewart though, Jim. McGaffey, Culloch very close, and that's Mills going well played. McGaffey though. Baxter just couldn't get it turned. I think Baxter was in two minds there, whether to have the shot or lay it back to Dunoon. Baxter finds Doherty. Was looking for Dunoon, but found Alfie Stewart instead. Cunningham, McCready. Alfie Stewart. McKeever and the late challenge from Darren Coyle. And once again the referee is looking for his yellow card. That's McKeever on ground. George Dunlop, very impressive statistics. He's played some 560 games for the club, and that's an amazing line there, isn't it? 11th Gold Cup final, and he's been a winner 6 times. Stewart with the free kick. That was Mooney getting it away. Ronnie McFall sporting new glasses. I must say I haven't seen those before. The tangle of the two number 7s. Mitchell wins the throw. Darren Coyle moving forward. Baxter, good turn by the big man. That's McKeever in there. Gets it away. McCready. The long chase from McGee, and this fella's got pace. He's on his own. I was about to say it's 1-0, but he's put it wide. But a great move, Jim.
McGee's always going to be dangerous, Jackie, with the through ball. He's so pacey. As you see there, he goes through both defenders, between Jeffries and Dornan. He'd be disappointed he didn't finish.
Top scorer this season, but he's put that one wide. Coyle. They're running out of ground. There we are, still scoreless. Baxter. Oh, good ball, but there's Keenan out. Baxter. And the free kick given. Danger for Portadown. Keenan bravely out. And the feet too high from Bailey. It wouldn't have counted. Well, there's the story on Nicky Keenan. I was saying his 9th season with the club. And he toured America with the Irish League in the summer. Although he didn't get a game, the man at the other end, George Dunlop, kept him out. Noel Bailey. Dornan pumps it forward. That was Baxter. Doherty. Curless in the front. And the goal kick. No argument, it was over the line. Lee Doherty has been playing on the right flank a lot of this season, and with some success too. Won by Davy Mills. Forward by Coyle. Won by Baxter. Comes Danoon. Bad ball though. Lee McCulloch not standing in any ceremony. In the last minute of this first half, still 0-0. Jim Cleary, your thoughts on the opening 45?
I think overall, Jackie, it's been pretty disappointing. There hasn't been that much to get excited about, really. The football's been a bit hectic at times. And I'd say Portadown probably have had marginally the best of it, considering the two really clear-cut chances the first half have fallen to them. They'll be disappointed going in now not leading.
Yes, I would agree with that. I would think Ronnie McFall of Portadown would be the happier of the two managers going in at half-time. We're now on the time added on in this first half. Alfie Stewart losing out though. Baxter turns into McCready. Loves the battle, does Roy McCready. And there we are. Mr. McKnight brings the first half to an end. As Jim Cleary was saying there, overall it's been fairly scrappy. The best two chances, well, they fell to Portadown. Sandy Fraser first and then Marty McGee. They'll be disappointed. But at half-time, here at the Oval, in this TNT Gold Cup Final, it's Linfield 0, Portadown 0. Portadown 0, Linfield 0. And Jim Cleary, I think it's fair to say, the second half can only get better than the first.
Yes, I think so, Jackie. As we've already said, it's been pretty disappointing so far. But I'm sure both managers have had a few stern words to say to their teams. From a Linfield point of view, I'd like to see Lee Doherty actually coming a little bit deeper. Their midfield, I don't think, is creating enough for their front runners. And Lee at the moment hasn't been getting that much change out of Ian Curtis. Now, he's a player who can create things. It'll be interesting to see if Roy Coyle will make any changes in that direction.
As things develop, we will see if Roy Coyle agrees with you. A quick look round, and there's no substitutes on at the moment. Oh, Paul Mooney did well. If he can get it back, good goalkeeping from Keenan. So a sprightly opening then from Linfield to the second half. Good run by that man there, Paul Mooney. McGee. Clever play. Looks for his partner. Here's Cunningham. Wasn't a bad effort from Joey Cunningham. That was Fraser laying it off. Cunningham got it, left-footed, but no trouble for Dunlop. Philip Major taking his time, looking for some movement. Finds it from McKeever. Fraser shoes it well. McKeever, good cross. McGee! Just couldn't direct it. Marty McGee, he's got 10 so far this season. Could have been the 11th, well up, but well wide of that post. Alfie Stewart. Cunningham. He's got McCready inside. As McKeever square. Gives it behind him though. Mitchell finds Doherty. Play on. McGee backheeled it in fact to David Jeffrey. And again there, a sign of what's been happening in the night, Jim. David Jeffrey getting the ball and giving it away.
The passing from both sides has been somewhat disappointing, Jackie. As I said earlier on in the first half, as players were getting forward, their final pass tended to let them down. We've already seen a few instances of it in the second half.
Davy Mills was the Portadown player down. He's on his feet, and this is him. Lays it off nicely. McKeever finds McCready. Noel Bailey. The chase for Baxter. Bundled over by Alfie Stewart. No arguments about that one. And a chance for Linfield to turn the screw. They're crowding up at the far post. Bailey. Paul Mooney. The trip by Fraser. Two men booked already tonight. Alfie Stewart, Portadown, Darren Coyle of Linfield. Fraser escaping with a stern lecture. 18-year-old Bailey. Good kick. That's Baxter in there.
First time we've really seen Baxter winning something almost cleanly in the box, Jackie. Bit unfortunate here. Actually looked as though it came off the defender.
Mitchell. Good play. Danoon. They're queuing up. Forward by Bailey. The flag is up on the far side for offside. The referee hasn't seen it as yet. He's now acknowledged it, but plays on. Alfie Stewart. McCready. McKeever. Good run from the big fella. Neat play from Coyle. Danoon. A challenge going in there from McCready. And the referee wants a word with Joey Cunningham. I don't quite understand this, because McCready was the man.
If it's for the last tackle, I think he's got the wrong man, unless Cunningham has said something to him.
Well, Cunningham can't believe it. And I think most of the people in the ground are the same.
I think it's a case of mistaken identity, Jackie.
I think so. So Joey Cunningham, third man to be booked this evening. Stewart. Down the line. McGee. The good thing about McGee as a striker, Jim, is he makes himself available down the flanks.
He does. He does an awful lot of running right across the park. And as you say, he's always available to back men and midfield players. Causes lots of problems with his pace, as we've seen earlier on in the first half.
Yes, he had that chance in the first half, the long ball over the defence. You were saying at half-time, perhaps if Portadown tried that more often. Fraser. Nice play. Here's McCready. Darren Coyle for Linfield. McCready. Almost worked. Here's Mitchell. Gives it away though. And that's Alfie Stewart. Oh, sold Roy McCready short. Lee Doherty caught just offside. A lot of people, when they talk about Roy McCready, they talk about him being a hard man, but we've seen tonight, he's very much a playmaker as well, Jim.
No, he can play a bit of football, all right. There's no doubt about that. On a number of occasions tonight, he's been prepared to put his foot on it and just hold it, waiting for people to get into position. He's not just a hacker, as some people would like to think he is.
Davy Mills. Good ball, and Dunlop forced to tip it away. Had to readjust, did Dunlop. Mills did well, first time with the left foot, almost deceiving Dunlop. Fraser with the kick. Won by McKeever. Alfie Stewart. It's not away yet. McKeever had the chance, but couldn't keep it down. Hand on head. but it wasn't a clear-cut chance as such. The corner kick proved to be troublesome. Alfie Stewart did well there. There's McKeever, but over the top. And that's Davy Mills limping. And at the moment, it's hard to know if it's serious or not. I think out of shot there, Jim. We saw the signal for a substitution. So Davy Mills' final may well be over.
He may have just injured himself when he was making that cross in the last move, Jack.
Good run by Danoon. Mitchell, good layoff. Doherty, Danoon, space. Will he shoot? Tried it, but it didn't work.
Doherty does well, holds the ball up, waits for Danoon to get into space. But look at them, Portadown defenders are just standing back off him. He'll be disappointed he didn't do better with this.
So while watching that, that is young Trevor Williamson coming on as substitute, 17 years of age. Here's McGee, always busy as Marty McGee. First touch for Williamson, but it's with Danoon. Doherty. Good ball, finds Baxter. Good challenge though from Major, and the corner kick goes to Linfield. Good defending there by Philip Major.
Interesting, Jackie, just to was saying about Lee Doherty coming a little bit deeper. The way he almost put Baxter away there.
Bailey with the kick. Oh, just too high for Lee Doherty. Money to Danoon. But it's still stalemate and still 0-0. Doherty played it well. Money. The cross. Baxter just couldn't get the proper touch. But oh so close. Mooney set it up. There's Baxter. Got the impression at this stage, Jim, the way the game has been, that one goal could win it.
I think it's looking like that, Jackie. I mean, with what, 3 minutes left or so, and I think one goal really would wrap it up at this stage. Then again, with cup finals, it's hard to tell.
That's McKeever! My goodness, he can't believe it. It almost crept in at that post. Good play from the big midfielder. Good control there. Shot early. Oh, it was close. Well, they were looking forward to winning the cup. They may, of course, still do that, but it's been a disappointing fare so far for them. McKeever for Portadown. McGee. Well cut out by Stewart. Major. Here's McCready. Taking his time, patient in the build-up. McGahey looks for support and gets it from Mitchell. De Nunes wide. This is he. Runs into trouble though. But another situation there where one team wins the ball and really very quickly give it away again. It's been that sort of game. 10 minutes left, still 0-0. Doherty looks for the 1-2 and wins the corner. That's Philip Mitchell there, perhaps showing signs of wear.
Linfield set pieces, Jackie, up to the minute have been pretty disappointing. You consider they have players of the calibre of Jeffries, Baxter and McGahey in the air. You're expecting something more from them.
Well, let's see what happens this time. Here's McGahey. Good overhead. Oh, and that was Baxter. And I think that has to be called more than half a chance.
I think it has, as we see it again here. It goes right across the back of the box. Martin McGahey keeps his head pretty well, hooks it back in. I think Stephen will be disappointed. Dropped awkwardly for him, hit it well, but well wide.
Cunningham. A few tired legs out there at this stage. Coming to the closing minutes. This fella's still looking lively though. McGee finds McCready. Loses out. Could be a vital mistake. McGahey. Still McGahey. Good goalkeeping from Keenan, but what a chance for Linfield.
Jackie, as we said earlier on, it was either going to be a super goal or a mistake. McCready made the mistake there, being caught in possession. McGahey goes on a run towards goals. Does well here to beat Alfie Stewart. He'll be disappointed. Keenan comes out well. Blocks it.
Mitchell. Doherty. Mitchell again. Forward by Mooney. But the Portadown defence do well once again. 4 minutes to go. Baxter. Here's Dornan on the charge. Runs into Stewart though. The long ball. That should be Linfield's ball. And it's not there yet. Fraser has it. What a chance! And off the line by Darren Coyle. Remarkable scenes. Jim Cleary.
That's really unbelievable, Jackie. 2 against 1. It looks as though it's all wrapped up. George Dunlop, for some reason, looks as though first of all it's over the line, loses control of it. And Fraser really takes his time, and he should have put it away. Darren Coyle did great to get back.
Is it a replay? Here's Portadown with Sandy Fraser. He's looking up, waiting for red shirts to arrive in the middle. Forced to hold it up. McCready held up temporarily by Dornan. Dornan gives it away though. Here's Major. We're now in time added on. McGee. And the free kick given to Portadown. A last throw of the dice here. And some anxiety, I'm sure, for Linfield. And that man there, Roy Coyle, barking out the orders. Roy McCready, the man with the kick, taking his time. That was Darren Coyle on the way. Here's Fraser. Cunningham, will he try one? He does, but it wasn't really close.
is a police announcement regarding public safety. We will appeal to the supporters in the upper deck of the grandstand.
It's worth trying at this stage of the game. Over a minute of time added on. The left foot. No problems for George Dunlop, though. Doherty looking for Mitchell. That's McKeever doing the tidying to his keeper, Mickey Keenan. The referee having a look at his watch. Dunoon. The up and under finds McGahey. Bailey. Jeffrey gives it away to Williamson. With Darren Coy. The referee brings this Gold Cup final to an end. As Jim Cleary was saying, it's been a scrappy 90 minutes. Couple of chances to either side, but overall a disappointing game. And they're on their way home, and they haven't been, well, I think it's fair to say they haven't been entertained this evening. We're back here for a replay then, and that will be here at the Oval, Wednesday, November the 22nd. There's the full-time score, Portadown 0, Linfield 0. So 0-0 the final scoreline, and my opinion, well, it was a poor 90 minutes. George Dunlop, Linfield goalkeeper, would you go along with that?
No, I don't think it was a poor night, Jack. I think it was a fast, open game. I think a lot of hype was made up in the press before about it being a physical game. It was a physical game, but I mean, it's a cup final and both teams want to win. So at the end of the day, I thought it was a good advert for local football.
But I think some Linfield fans, they've been giving you a bit of stick recently. Some will be going away tonight saying, yet another poor performance by the Blues.
Well, I don't think so. As I say to you, I don't think we played that badly. I think it was a typical cup final, and at the end of the day, we've got to come back and do it all again, and maybe we'll get it right the next time.
And for you in the first half, a couple of anxious moments.
Oh, I mean, Marty McGee was through once on his own, and when we were in America there, he was tucking them away. But as I say, we've got to live and do it all again, and I think if the next game's as good as this one, it'll be all the better for local fans.
Well, I've got the other goalkeeper with me now, Mickey Keenan of Portadown. George Dunlop disagrees with me. He says it was a good 90 minutes. How did you see it?
I'd agree with him. I thought it was a good game. Compared to last year's final, which was a disappointment, I thought both teams, it was end-to-end stuff. There was chances at both ends. I thought it was an excellent game for the supporters, and it was a good game to play in. It was a hard game, but it was open football and a good cup final. I enjoyed it.
All right, I'm shot down, but for you, what was your worst moment?
Well, McGahey was through at the end there, clean 1-on-1, and I managed to get a smothering it. There was a few other half chances, but overall I thought we had the better chances. Geordie took a good save from a free kick in the first half. We hit the crossbar, and I think a bit of bad finishing or a bit of bad luck. We missed them, and you can't blame Linfield for that. We had the score. Our heads are up. We thought we should have won, and we're looking forward to the next game to finish it off.
So there we are then, the final scoreline in this TNT Gold Cup final was Linfield 0, Portadown 0, and the lads will be back for the replay to do it all over again on Wednesday, November the 22nd. From the Oval, from all of us, good night.